Just last quarter, they added an additional 1.4. So to your point, Blake, they hit that ceiling at 15 billion. It's why I created, along with Republican colleagues and Democratic colleagues, a United States Postal Service caucus, so that we can be looking at real reforms that we can work with the USPS to make sure that they remain solvent. I think there are some common sense things that we can be looking at with partners across the USPS to make sure that we preserve this really important service for our rural communities in particular. The USPS did reform back in 2022, and they were able to find up to $60 billion of funding through that reform. We think that reforms in the future could find needed funding to make sure that we're keeping this important service solvent.
Are reforms raising prices, cutting services, combination of both?
Look, I don't think we should be looking at raising prices as the first place we can go. We should be going. We need to look at how we're increasing on-time mail delivery. I've been very critical of the Postmaster General DeJoy and now Steiner looking at how they're keeping this Delivering for America plan in place, which has consolidated some of our distribution centers. It's also changed the way mail is collected and then scheduled to go out for delivery, leading to what I believe and our Postal Service caucus believes increase in delays in on-time mail delivery. If we could increase that, increase our e-commerce, I think we should be looking at more flexibility as it relates to pension funding and investment for the USPS. I think there are some common sense reforms like that that will save billions of dollars, make the USPS solvent.
So I hear you no on raising prices, but then in the back end, is that cutting services? Because you got to do something.
Right. I think through reforms, we don't have to cut services, but I think that raising prices at this point should be the last resort.
Okay. Here was one of your colleagues, Congressman James Comer, and then we'll pick it up.
It's hard for me to believe, as much trouble as the Postal Service has at delivering the mail on time, efficiently, that anyone would believe the Postal Service, run by the government, can operate cheaper than private companies that have been contracted with the Postal Service for years.
Some of the services, and you brought them up, for example, 3.7 million Medicare enrollees are reliant on the mail for the delivery of their prescriptions. 6% of diabetes prescriptions in the U.S. are delivered by mail. But then I see all the other issues around it. Congresswoman, I am not trying to be facetious, I promise you. But I think about how times change. And we used to have milkmen back in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, right? And we don't anymore. And now we can get our mail delivered online, or Amazon does it like this. So why do we need a massive U.S. Postal Service going forward?
Because our private sector partners aren't going to do the universal coverage that the USPS provides, especially to our rural communities. The unique public service that the USPS provides is to any community, no matter if you live in an urban, a rural, a suburban community, you're going to get your mail delivered. And the private sector just isn't willing to do that last mile of delivery. Only the USPS has the unique ability to provide universal coverage and service. And when we're talking about moving to what Comer was talking about, maybe privatizing, which would not be good for our rural communities, what that will also lead to is increased costs for customers. So it's not just about, yes, we want to make sure we're protecting universal service through the USPS, but we also want to continue to keep costs down. Privatization would lead to increased costs.
Can you cut it to just rural communities or delivery of prescription medicine? Just because I'm looking at where it's especially needed.
Yeah, I think, though, that the universal coverage, I think we need to be able to protect that as a service that the USPS provides to urban, suburban, and rural. I don't think you can cut out one community because it wouldn't, if you're just looking at the last mile, the rural communities, that's where some of the financial strain is really found. So we have to have it look at universal coverage. No matter where you live, protecting the USPS everywhere is really important.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.